I think the country now, Bulgaria, is more up to date with everything else. Hello. Oh, document.
My most recent trip and my trip to conclude 2024, I actually took with a trio. In fact, the second time that this trio was able to go to Europe, my good friends Jack Vaughn and Aaron Williams joined me. And we traveled together in 2023 for the first time. It was actually Aaron's first trip overseas and Jack's second. We went to Romania and England for 2 weeks. And it went so well that we decided, you know what, we got to do that again at the end of 2024. And I'm sure we'll do it again at the end of 2025 here. And on this trip, we got to go to Sofia, Bulgaria, and we got to go to a couple different cities in Poland. And for Sofia, Bulgaria, we actually got to train at the very first professional wrestling school in the history of Bulgaria. They opened up the school just in September, so like 2 months before we got there. So we were some of the first coaches that they ever got to see or ever got to work with. So our teaching was able to really help build the foundation of this Bulgarian Wrestling Academy. So we arrived into town on a Monday night. We hit the grocery. We got to see some snow and some of the lovely sights. We got to see things like the outside of the National Gallery. And then we got to spend each of our 3 days touristing and then coaching at night on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Luckily enough, one of the students from the school, Nick, was kind enough to take us and show us a whole lot of the city. So we got to see things such as Alexander Nevsky Cathedral. We got to see the National Theater. We got to see a lot of just really awesome sights. In fact, I thought it was funny, this St. Alexander Nevsky Cathedral also has the same name cathedral in Tallinn, which I had also seen a couple times. Jack and I had even seen 2 years before. This is from the very first night that we got to train there. Had a huge class. We probably had about 30 different students over the 3 days because not every student could come every single day. And they have a really beautiful thing going on there. It's really awesome. A fellow named Elto got it all set up, and the idea is that these guys and girls will train for a full calendar year, and hopefully by next September they'll be ready to have their first show. And right now they're bringing in all these cool outside coaches to try to get everybody up to speed, which is a little bit tricky. However, they're getting coached by more great coaches than any aspiring young wrestler could ever desire. And this is the part of town we stayed in for a few days here, which was really cool. A lot of street markets going on, a lot of different activity. Everyone we interacted with was very, very kind. This is Bozha and Banitsa, which are two like national dishes there. The Bozha is like a flaky kind of pastry with a little bit of cheese in it, or the Banitsa, I mean, is rather. And the Bozha is a drink. It's like the weirdest drink ever. This is the National Palace of Culture, this really awesome, huge building right there in Sofia. This is us walking through a nice little wooded area, nice little park, and not far from the university that Nick was explaining to us. And there's Nick, Aaron, and Jack all chilling in this. As we were taking some of the national dishes in, this was probably my favorite thing, is like, you break the bread, put a little sauce, and you put little herbs and spices on it and eat it, and that was really delicious. Nick is the man as far as taking us out. At that meal, I also had some lamb, which actually wasn't very good in my opinion. Here we are. This is me leading calisthenics for the warm-ups of one of the days. It was a lot of fun because we had 3 different coaches and we had 3 different days of training, so we each took our own day. So Jack worked on some different stuff than Aaron, who worked on some different stuff than me. Here's Aaron teaching some of the students different strikes. Here's some of the different graffiti in town. Probably saw some of that earlier in the video as well. And really, Sofia, just a beautiful city. When I was in Finland earlier in the year, An Italian referee named Filippo had actually told me that he had spent several years in Sofia and put it over really hard, so I'm glad I got to visit. And at the end of the third day of training, all the boys took us out to this gyro lane here, and we just kind of partied it up for hours late into the evening. And then as we were walking home, we said bye as a lot of the guys stopped off at a nightclub. Oh, and also we did get stopped and harassed by the police a couple times where they asked for documents. But, you're going to have to ask me in person how that story went. So this was us going to Sofia in 2024.